God is awesome. So something really cool happened yesterday. It was really cool. It was really special to me, at least. So I want to give you guys the full context here. I have a lot of dreams, at least occasionally. God will give me a dream or something that I believe is from Him. And so a dream that I had, I believe it's currently pinned right now on my page. It was from like maybe October or August or something. So in this dream, I was going down in our town, down Main Street, and I was with my sister on top of a double-decker bus. When I had this dream, she wasn't like super pregnant. This was months ago. But in this dream, she was super pregnant, so I knew she was soon about to have her baby. So then, in my dream, I'm sitting next to my sister on this double-decker bus going down Main Street, and I look up, and there's this like great big like loud noise, and like this big flash of light, and there's like tons of clouds that show up, or maybe it was like super cloudy out already, I can't remember, but there was this huge like face of God in the clouds. What makes that so amazing is that I've been thinking a lot about that, and I've been like, I don't know if any of that is how the rapture is going to happen, like if I'm going to be next to my sister and going down Main Street driving or whatever when the rapture happens. But I've been thinking a lot about that. That's been on my mind, like maybe God showed me that. Maybe that's a possibility that that's the situation I'm going to be in when the rapture happens. So I've been kind of keeping my eyes out for that. And for another bit of context, someone I don't know personally, but they shared a rapture dream on YouTube. And this is a dream that I shared on here a little while ago, where someone had a dream where their son told them that this girl's husband, it's hard to explain. In their dream, their son, who couldn't talk yet in real life, told them that Jesus was going to come back when the husband was 43 or whatever, and he was turning 43 on February 3rd of this year, which, this was like weeks or, however long ago that dream was. Sometimes dreams might not be from God, and sometimes someone on the internet might be just making stuff up for views or whatever. But assuming they really did have that dream, then most likely anytime after February 3rd for the next year, Jesus has a fairly good chance of coming back. I can't promise anything, just something to keep in mind. So anyways, with all of that out of the way, all of that being said, that's been on my mind a lot, how, for me personally, at least knowing that dream that person had and the dreams that I've had, that February would be a very, very, very high watch period for when the rapture may just happen. No promises, not setting dates, just keeping my eyes out, being a watchman, just in case. You don't know, because God does tell us things through dreams and visions. And so I knew that there was a good possibility that it could happen anywhere between February 3rd and when my sister has her baby, because my sister is due to have her baby in the middle of February, which, if you didn't know, is next week. Now, originally it was going to be around February 14th. Now we know that it is supposed to be around the 11th or 12th. So very soon I'm going to be an uncle again. It's going to be amazing. But anyways, all that to say that I've been paying attention just in case, I've been thinking about this for several months about, like, is there going to be a time close to when my sister's going to have her baby where it's just going to be me and her riding in a car down Main Street? And that happened yesterday. And boy, because we went out of town yesterday, okay? So I went out of town with her, and on my way there, I realized that. I just started thinking about that. I remembered that. I'm like, oh my gosh, everything is set up for that to make perfect sense. So it's like, because I don't go on rides with her all the time, just once in a while, like just me and her. Like, it doesn't happen very often. So like, for that, everything to be set up exactly perfectly for all of that, of what I thought about in my dream, to make sense for when the rapture might happen. It was just so weird. Like, that's all I could think about as soon as I thought about that. Like, the whole time just driving up and then driving back, I was like, When we get back through the middle of town, is the rapture about to happen? And obviously, I'm still here, so it didn't. But it was just so bizarre. I'm like, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I didn't want to like tell her that, because I didn't want to like freak her out or something, because she's very pregnant and blah blah blah. So I didn't want to like stress her out or anything, and I can't promise anything that the rapture is about to happen. But it was just crazy because like, we were gone for like an hour or two, and we were coming through on our way through town, and I was like, whew, oh my goodness, is this it? Like, not like a bad worry, just like, whew, it's intense. Like, is this really about to happen? Like, maybe, just maybe, because everything was lined up. Like, in my dream, it was the afternoon, and literally, like, we just were getting into town like a minute or two after it became noon. So it literally just the perfect time for it to be afternoon. So everything with the date being literally the day after February 3rd, which was when that girl's husband turned that age for that to be possible, according to her dream, remember? But so everything was lined up perfectly for it to go exactly how it was in my dream. Aside from, of course, we weren't in like a literal double-decker bus. We were just in a car. But literally, in my dream, I was on this side and my sister was on this side, and she was driving and I was in the passenger seat. So it was like the same thing. And so I was like, just kept my eyes glued on the sky. So I was like, what what is gonna happen? Like I was paying so much attention to the clouds, and it was a super cloudy day out too, which I think in my dream it was like um there wasn't clouds, but then like the sky filled up with clouds like when it was happening, the rapture, how it but so that didn't happen, but it gets cooler. It gets really cool what I'm about to say. I believe God showed me something in the sky. When we were coming through town, as soon as we were entering right into town, as soon as we did, I was looking at the clouds and I saw this great big heart covering the whole town in clouds. I got pictures, I got videos. It's it couldn't be more obvious. It's just so perfectly a heart. Could that have been a coincidence? A lot of people don't believe there are coincidences with God. I think God knew exactly where my mind was at. I mean, obviously, He knew. And He knew that the rapture wasn't about to happen, but He just wanted to comfort me and show me His love, to give me this great big heart right where I was looking, right when I was waiting for the rapture to happen. And in one of my pictures, I didn't notice it at the time, but there was a sign right on the right side that says, Jesus loves you. I didn't even notice that when I took it, but it's so freaking cool. God bless you guys. Peace. 'Cause they did.